everybody, and welcome to I think it's the 55th installment of ASMR drawing. I'm still completely out of the habit of actually checking. But you join me on a nice Friday morning, so just getting into the weekend. And although I'm working on the same drawing I've been working on for the past 7 videos, I thought I would try something slightly different that I've only done in one video before, and that is to be soft spoken as opposed to whispering. So we'll see how it goes. Any feedback is welcome. It might be a little bit harsher on the vocal cords, who knows. But I am trying to get a little bit more filled in with this bottom area, filling it in black. There was a video a while ago doing the kind of more graphic elements of that section. You might recognise that red section there. I'm kind of trying to make it a little bit more building oriented than just random scribbles. I'm trying to move away from the scribbly nature of, the scribbly direction that some of this drawing has gone to. Which I do enjoy, but I also want to make it a bit more deliberate and just look a bit better in parts, not have it a complete scribble. I did a drawing a couple of weeks ago on here that was just me scribbling in like a lined notebook, and it was really cool. I did like it, but as you can probably figure out from most of my drawings, I kind of prefer things a little bit more detailed. Probably have a few more black areas just filled in. I know I've got quite a lot of ink left in the pen because I put a new cartridge in yesterday. Yeah, that's totally full. And yeah, I have put a link. I do put links in the descriptions, but I know a few people have been asking. This is a platinum carbon fine ink pen, and the only issue is I don't know if they make them anymore, or at least they don't really sell them too much anymore. At least I can't find one. I'm sure there's somewhere for sale, but I got this, I think, in the 2020, in the pandemic. But you can definitely get versions of it. I link a version of this pen, which is actually my red ink pen that did all of this that you may remember from other videos. That's the closest thing I could find. Maybe it's just in the UK that they're not for sale. But I'm kind of glad I got this one when I did. It's definitely got a lot older. It's not perfect anymore, but it's still good. It's still really good. Feeling another robot face. There's a robot face up there. Not quite sure how I'm gonna in. Some kind of circuit board buttons here. And nose. Or like at least kind of a nose. Yeah, maybe you could say that's a nose. Do a little bit of cross hatching, I think, on this side. I do miss doing cross hatching. I used to do it all the time when I would almost like exclusively draw with a biro when I was a teenager. Not anymore though. Don't do that anymore since I discovered fine liners. Maybe he's crying. If that's his eyes. I'm not sure. Okay, ears. Robotic ears. Big flipping ears. Big earring. Can you still see that? Yes, you can, just. I'm glad I found time to do this today on Friday because I'm going to it was to date this video. It was Halloween yesterday, and so now it's the 1st of November, and I'm going to a Halloween party tonight, and I have a costume. I've decided to go as a disposable vape because I figure, well, in the UK at least, I don't know if they're quite as prevalent over in the States, but or wherever else, but yeah, disposable vapes have really kind of taken over the landscape in the UK. Everyone's doing it basically, and they've decided to ban them. I think starting in 2025, they're banning disposable vapes. So I thought to kind of, for the zeitgeist, I should go as a disposable vape. Something I can look back on and, be like, oh, do you remember when everyone vaped? So I'm going as an elf bar. So I've made a big kind of like cylindrical costume, and then my head will poke out the top, and my arms will poke out the sides. And I've got a hat where, if you know what an elf bar looks like, it's got that kind of top there. Got this black hat, and I've actually put a little vape in it, so you can vape me at the top. And I'm going as a banana ice one, so it'll say banana ice down there. But it's so stupid. It's not going to be very easy to wander around, but I'll report back, see how it goes. Maybe. Colour this in. We didn't get many trick or treaters yesterday. I think we're kind of just I didn't realise as well, trick-or-treat is only really good to houses where there's decorations, and we didn't put up any decorations, so I got some sweets just in case, but no one came by. We're kind of like just outside of the main bit of where I live, so it makes sense that people wouldn't necessarily bring their kids down here or whatever. It's a little bit out of the way. I do quite like Halloween. I love dressing up. It's always one of them things where it's like, right, next year I'm going to go all out on the costume and can do something crazy, and then, the party never happens, or something's on, or I'm away somewhere. I think I was at a wedding last year. But this year I've kind of whipped together this vape costume, especially because it's essentially cost me nothing. I already had the spray paint, and it's worked out quite well, to be honest. It'll just be one of them embarrassing things, and I've definitely done this before, where I've turned up to a Halloween party thinking everyone would be like super dressed up and no one's really put in any effort, which is gutting, really. And then, I've put in a lot of effort. I went as, maybe 3 years ago, I went as a positive COVID test. So I dressed all in black and then had like maybe the size of this piece of paper, a bit bigger, the COVID test over my face. And my face was poking out, and my face was the little circular bit where the two lines appear, and I got some face paint and drew two lines on my face. But yeah, no one else had really made too much effort, so I felt a bit silly with my very kind of conceptual costume. Hmm. Okay. What else have I dressed as for Halloween? I remember once going out on Halloween, I think when I was 18, and I didn't have a costume, and I kind of left my friends to go and meet someone in a club, and I was in the queue for the club, and the people in front of me had makeup, and I just said, just go nuts on my face, just scribble all over my face. So they did that, and I just went as an anonymous ghoul or whatever that year. And then I think the year after, what did I do? The year after I was at university, and one night I went as the Joker, and then the next night I went as Patrick Bateman. In fact, a picture came up on my Facebook memories of that the other day. I kind of did the suit, and suit with a red tie, and then covered my face with blood, like, made my hair all neat and stuff. It was a pretty good costume. Kind of wasted the situation by getting way too drunk, though, unfortunately. Then the year after that, what did I go as? Oh, I was away for Halloween, and then I was at my parents' house for actual Halloween. That's right, I've remembered now. And me and my friend just kind of dressed up as random, freaky ghoul characters, I think. I actually had a dress on. I was coming back from holiday, and I said, my friend was in town, and he said, what costume do you want? And I said, just get a dress. I don't know what size I am. I'll just go as like your corpse bride or whatever. So he kind of had all the corpse makeup on, and I put some on and made myself like a freaky doll in a dress. It was cool. The dress was really comfortable. I'd probably wear one again. Who knows? Super comfortable. So I did that, and then the year after that, me and my housemates, there was 4 of us, we dressed up as robots, or banter robots, so we all kind of got a load of cardboard, and yeah, just went as robots. Cardboard and tinfoil. Went to the club. And that year we definitely should have gone as Dorothy, the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man. What's the other one? Dorothy, the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow. We should have done that because we all quite fit the look, if that makes sense. Especially because the guy who's going to play Dorothy is about 7 foot tall. It would have been pretty funny. And then the year after that, I didn't put much effort in. I was really drunk, and it's making me sound like an alcoholic. I promise I'm not. Just before we went out to the club, I randomly punched a load of holes, quite dangerously, I think, in a t-shirt that I was wearing. Put a load of pens through it, because for some reason I had like a box of 200 pens. Stuck them in my hat and just went as Pen Man. Just with loads of pens everywhere. Didn't have a good time that night, I'm afraid to say. And then the year after that, what did I do? I don't think I went out for Halloween that year. What did I do? Oh no, I went to a university party and kind of just put a load of tinfoil around my head and went as like a science guy, you know. I don't think anyone was really dressing up. I just had the tinfoil on. And the year after that, what did I do? Oh, I remember going out for drinks. Didn't really go out, but I kind of dressed up like a zombie hippie. You know, I'd like to makeup all over my face and whatever. And the year after that, 2019. Was it 2019? I can't remember. Did I go out for Halloween that year? I don't think I did. It'll come to me. Trying to think. I know where I was living. Just trying to work out if it lines up. I don't think it does though. Oh man, what did I do? No, screw it. I don't think I did anything. And then 2020, obviously, pandemic times, so we did go to the pub. I remember that. I think it was just a point when you could like go and sit outside at the pub, and me and my partner dressed up as each other, which I thought was quite creative. And my friend went as Billy Mitchell from King of Kong. I've definitely talked about King of Kong on this channel before. If you haven't seen King of Kong, go and watch King of Kong. It's on YouTube, and it's real. It's a real documentary. It's the most epic hero-villain story you will ever see in your entire life. Please go and watch it, and then feel free to message me directly about it. It will change your life. Anyway, my friend went as one of the guys from that, Billy Mitchell, and Billy Mitchell actually replied to him on Instagram, which is cool. And my other friend went as the author Donna Tartt. Then 2021, again, it was kind of lockdown times. Don't think I went out. Don't think I did anything. Or did I? No, 2021 might have been the year I went as the COVID test. Yes, it was. Silly me. It was COVID test. 2022. I don't think I did anything in 22. Did I? I think 22 and 23 I didn't do anything. I was at a wedding for 23. 22. No, didn't go out. And then, yeah, obviously 2024 I'm a flipping disposable vape, so daft. Might do a few more things, like make it clear that I'm trying to make it a robot of some description. My cousin had a really good Halloween costume this year. She's very creative and arty, and she's made she's like a headless person. She's like carrying around her own head, if that makes sense. It's really cool. Even cooler because she's got a son, and she's obviously found the time to kind of make that, whilst also, childcare, which I gather probably isn't an easy feat, but some stripes here. Kind of went on a walk around where I lived yesterday, and there's a lot of trick-or-treaters out, kids, and older kids who are perhaps too old to be trick-or-treating, but I guess enjoy going around wearing a mask. Yeah, there's been like an influx of that like brand of teenager that's probably pretty specific to the UK, who like wear ski masks and 4 of them go around on a bike or a moped. I think it's funny. I mean, they're pretty harmless, but it's a lot of pearl clutching when you see them types going around, and kind of cracks me up a bit. Because people are saying things like, oh god, what if they fall off? It's like, well, they'll break their leg then, won't they? It's their fault. Why are you bothered? But yeah, I feel, hopefully, I'll grow out of it. The kind of thing you'll look back on and be like, oh yeah, I was a right toe rag when I was a kid. I was too much of a nerd to be doing that kind of stuff. Would have loved to have had a moped though. But yeah, I was too busy playing video games and drawing or whatever, doing other nerd stuff. This has kind of made a face. I quite like it though. I'm very happy with it. Oh, it's taken me a while, but yeah, it's cool. Make another building here. I want to make one of those like Japanese castle things where it's like the different roofs in it. I don't know, it gets smaller as it goes up. I might be talking out my arse here, but I think I know what I mean. Not actually sure what Halloween is as a concept, like why it exists. I'm pretty sure it's some kind of pagan thing, is it? Pagan deity holiday or something. Maybe it's worth looking up. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's been completely like bastardized into Western culture to just mean that you go around and get sweets. I don't even really like sweets, to be honest. They're okay, but they're not my go-to snack of choice. I haven't really got a sweet tooth, to be honest. One of the funniest ones I saw, it was like a video, I think I saw it on an Instagram reel or whatever, in America. And a few years ago, these 2 kids dressed as Trump and Hillary Clinton, and they really looked like them and sounded like them. It was really funny. You've probably seen it, and they're like, oh, you Donald Trump? And he's like, yeah, and she goes, and I'm Hillary Clinton. And then the one who's Donald Trump's like, shut up. I want this bag of candy filled to the top. Huge. Fill it up. Huge. Makes me laugh. I thought it was really good. Especially because they're like 10 years old or whatever. But yeah, I would have given them a lot of sweets. Did get a bag of sweets yesterday to give to anyone who came, and no one did, so we ate the sweets. Worked out for me. Well, kind of, because I'm obviously not bothered about sweets, but not that unbothered that I'm not going to eat them, you know. Maybe I'll draw something creepy. To fit in with the Halloween theme. I guess this house is kind of creepy, I don't know. Maybe draw a castle or Dracula or something. Who knows? Kind of hiccuped and half sneezed then, I don't know what that was. I really hope tonight people appreciate the fact that my costume is interactive and you can vape the top of my head. Did I mention that? I've put an actual disposable vape in the top. In fact, the hat's here, I could probably show you. Don't know if you can see, but there's like a vape in the top of this beanie. Oh, it's so stupid. But yeah, if you see that person around town, then you found me. Well done. Come and say hello. Decided I'm gonna quickly look up what like the origin of Halloween is. Halloween. Less commonly known as All Halloween or All Hallows Eve. Okay, I've heard that before. It's a celebration observed by many countries on the 31st of October, the eve of the Western Christian feast of All Hallows Day. Okay. It is at the beginning of the observance of All Hallow Tide, the time the liturgical year dedicated to remembering the dead, including saints, martyrs, and all the faithful departed. In popular culture, the day has been a celebration of horror being associated with the macabre and supernatural, okay, because it is celebrating the dead. Celtic harvest festivals. Okay, this kind of makes sense then. Okay, I'm going to get back to the drawing. Putting pen to paper now. See where it goes. Do some more stripy things. hear my table creaking, I do apologise. Cool. Maybe fill this bit in as well. Nice. Sorry, my face is itching for some reason. Might draw some like Dracula fangs. A bit crooked. What are they? Canines and your incisors and your molars. As you can have a bottom set, yes, I think it is. Again, I like this because you can just draw whatever the hell you want on this type of drawing. Cool, okay. Oh, not to Halloween from me there. All Hallows Eve. I wonder if people do spooky ASMR, it's like horror ASMR. That could be kind of cool. I assume they do. I assume that exists. People kind of doing it's like the perfect medium to do horror because it's so like, intimate and close up and in your ear and could be, there's a potential to be really freaky. I'm probably not going to do it, so I don't know how good I'd be at like roleplay and stuff. But maybe I could draw some freaky stuff. Possibly. Quite like drawing teeth. Cool. Oh, I should have got the red. I should get the red pen and draw some blood on the fangs. I think that'd be good. The only point where the black and the red intertwine is the blood on the fangs. That'll be neat. Below the little bird friend. I remember being a kid and trick-or-treating, but obviously I haven't done it in many years. I remember just being a kid and dressing up as something daft and then basically being driven around all my relatives' house to go and get sweets. I also remember when I was like 18 maybe, and I think it might have been Halloween. It was Halloween. I had a job where I was essentially packing chemicals into chemical spillage kits. And it was in a guy's garden, in his shed, not far from my house. And I've lost my train of thought, I do apologise. I went round, it might have been the night of Halloween, I kind of did a shift, and I went round and his sons were dressed up as ghouls and like jumped out at me in the garden. It made me laugh, it was all in good fun and stuff. I think they were one of those families who's like obsessed with Halloween. Yeah, fair play, it's cool. Go for it. I also really like the Halloween movie. The one with Michael Myers. Not Michael Myers, oh my gosh, what I'm talking about. His name in it is Mike Myers, isn't it? I think. Jamie Lee Curtis. A great film. Especially the originals. I know they've made like 14,000 prequels, sequels even. I think a new one's coming out, isn't it? I think they'll just keep going until Jamie Lee Curtis dies, is, because she was in the first one when she was like 16 or something. I'm sure, maybe not as young as that, but it's a good film. It's funny because it's a William Shatner mask too. In fact, I'm going to look up how old Jamie Lee Curtis was. She was born in 58. Okay, she was 20 in the first one. But I think she's meant to be like, 15, 16 in it. And isn't like, I don't think this is giving anything away. Mike Myers is her brother, her older brother or something, who's trying to get her. And he's like impervious to pain. It's great stuff. Yeah. Just looking at all the Google image results of the first Halloween film. Anyway, back to business. Oh no, look at that, look what I did. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Tell you a good film. If you haven't seen it, I think it's a great, like, modern horror. I think it should be kind of revered a bit more than it is, but Sinister, I thought was a great film. It's got is it Ethan Hawke in it? The first one anyway, second one's okay. Is it Ethan Hawke? And the son in it is the lead singer of the Lemon Twigs when he was an actor before he was a musician. Well, I guess he was a musician at that time anyway, because they started the band when they were like 12 or something. But anyway, it's the son is the lead singer of the Lemon Twigs. But I just think it's a great concept for a film. It's really well executed, and it's freaky as hell. It's so scary. I think there's like all manner of horror that you'd want in that film. I guess it came out in like 2012 or something. 2013, I'm not sure. Better than like Insidious. Insidious just got kind of silly at the end. I think the first half was really scary, but second half, not bothered. Yeah. But I think the first half is freaky as hell. But yeah, if you haven't seen, excuse me, oh my god. If you haven't seen Sinister and you want a good Halloween watch, personal recommendation from me, tell them that ASMR Drawing sent you. Yeah, man, even like, I wouldn't ruin it, but like, even the like antagonist is like so freaky in it and like genuinely scary. So I'm always a big fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. I think that's a great set of films. I think I've seen every single one. But yeah, I love it. I also love, if anyone's seen Wrong Turn, it's just like a really standard slasher film, you know, like hillbillies in Appalachia. Like mutated hillbillies killing people. But I actually watched it again last week in the spirit of Halloween, and yeah, it's pretty dumb, but it is good. It stands up. So that's another one where they've also made like 45,000 sequels. Probably another house here. It's going to be a spooky castle. Or maybe, I don't know, it's like a little eagle thing. Like a trophy. What was I just talking about? Oh, Wrong Turn, yeah. It's got a really good soundtrack too. The soundtrack is like right up my street, I've got to say. Especially like the last shot of the whole film. So cool. Man, maybe I'll watch it again. This is cool. Whatever on earth is going on here, I'm enjoying it. Like a freaky, scary face, maybe. I don't know. Shading. Yeah, maybe I can turn this bit into like a clown face, like there are the eyes. There's the nose. There's his freaky mouth. If anyone's got any good horror films, let me know that I haven't mentioned. Didn't rate the Poltergeist very much. Didn't think that was scary at all. Paranormal Activity, which used to freak me out. Thought it was very scary. Not that bothered about like gore, just like whatever, you know. But like actual horror jump scares are great. Actual creepiness is very worthwhile, I think. I should start wrapping up. My camera's gonna go soon. But yeah, I hope you all had a nice Halloween, a spooky one. If you went trick or treating, I hope you got lots of sweets. And I hope you have a nice Hallowed Saints Day or whatever on earth it was. And if you're celebrating this weekend, you know, have a good one. Thanks for joining me on once again trying to fill this piece of paper with doodles. I'll get there eventually. I'm nearly there. It'll all be okay. But thank you, and happy drawing. I'll see you for the next one, probably next week, I think. I don't think I'll be doing another one over the weekend, but maybe Tuesday. I'll see you on Tuesday.